the same timestamp. Like you don't necessarily want to get married at the same time. So you either have to be patient with each other and understand that these things you don't, it doesn't always happen when you want it to anyway, or you understand that it's just not right for both of you together, and it's okay. And it's being okay again, like you said, with the outcome, and not, making the other person feel bad for not wanting the same things you do, and being okay with moving on with your life, or being okay with waiting for them to be ready like you are. But again, you can't pressure someone into being ready. You can't pressure someone into being in the same time frame that you are, but you also can't, drag yourself along on that timeline if it's not right for you. So you have to again find the right balance, and understand how to, and it's why it's so important to have open communication, like open, healthy communication, when you talk about things, and you know what you want, and being on the same page, even if you're not exactly aligned yet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think you said it all. I think you said it all. Right now I'm only a couple of episodes in, so we can't really,
yeah,
apart
but
from,
we'll talk about it all later,
oh, we will
all the rest.
definitely, definitely. But it's just there's the theory and then there's the practice of it. But ultimately they are. It's just manipulation, and as soon there's good
Hmm.
manipulation and there's bad manipulation of, you know, good manipulation would be something along the lines of, I'll cook your favorite meal if you help me clear up,
Hmm.
or there's these things. Of course, you're gonna make sure that people are in the right mindset and giving or forgiving mood and things like that. We all do it, more
Hmm.
or less. As long as it's for a good outcome, there's nothing bad about it. But then the bad
Yeah.
manipulation of, it's as soon as you are thinking of forcing somebody into it, or, you know, we were talking about respect your own boundaries. You want to respect their boundaries as well.
Yeah.
And so
Hmm.
if the ultimatum is meant for them to do something that they don't want to do, then it's shitty. I don't know
Yeah.
who they are trying to, the good guy or the bad guy. I don't know what they're trying to do with the show of just, are these poor people who want to get married to these people who aren't ready to commit.
Yeah.
On the one hand, you've got the people who are just being wishy-washy and not being commitful and things like that. But on the other hand, you've got these people just forcing, there's, the women forcing the men who are not financially ready, who haven't got their careers sorted out, and who are just like, well, I'm sorry, I want to be stable. Well, that sounds perfectly reasonable.
Yeah.
And so I don't think that you're the bad guy for not committing. I think that she's the bad guy for forcing you into something that you're not ready for.
Hmm.
Because marriage shouldn't be the biggest thing that you do in your life, because
Amen.
should be a logical solution of just, I want to sign a piece of paper committing to each other forever. But
Yeah.
it also means, you know for a lot of people it means spending a lot of money on this one day, and then not having an easy way out, which makes some people uncomfortable. A lot of You hear about a lot of couples who are in relationships for 10, 15 years, and then who get married and divorce because something switches in their minds of, now I'm feeling trapped and panicked, and so I need to break free. Whereas if you're in a relationship for 10 years and not getting married, then that's way more comfortable, and you'll never get married, and that's fine, but you'll be together forever. Isn't that better? I mean, isn't that what we're looking
Yeah.
for?
Hmm. Yeah. It seems crazy to me to have to pressure someone and manipulate them into doing what we want, or
Yeah.
causing them to feel like there's something wrong with them for not being ready, or for not being in the same stage that we are, or for not wanting the same things. And the whole notion of like your wedding day is like going to be the best day of your life, the most important day of your life, is ridiculous to me. It's like, what an unfulfilling, unexciting life you're striving for, if that's the most happiest day of your life. or the best day of your life, the most important day of your life. And I really hope people stop thinking that way because, and you know what the most ridiculous thing is, and I've seen this a lot with my friends and sisters' weddings, and at the end of the day, a wedding day is anything but a day about the couple because it's about the parents and their friends and it's making about themselves and no one actually creates the wedding that they want. Everyone creates the wedding that their family wants.
I amen. I I have
So
I have been to weddings. I don't know I don't know how many weddings I've been to. Not a lot, but I mean around maybe around 10. Uh
yeah.
like in my as an adult, like not as a kid, as an adult.
Hmm.
And then I've with my weddings when I was younger, and I've heard about my aunt's weddings and my parents' weddings and things like that. There is not one wedding day that didn't go wrong. Not one.
Yeah.
And you are spending thousands on this day because even if you're having
Hmm.
a small wedding is in France, a small wedding is like anything between 7 and 10,000 euros. And I mean, this is small. Like the wedding dress didn't cost a lot, the venue was tiny, not a lot of people,
Yeah.
that it wasn't this extravagant food setup, but because it's still, 50 people that you want to feed and you want to, provide a drink for, and sometimes there'll be alcohol and still the location, and then you want to still wear something nice and things like that. It's still around €7 minimum. For that to mess up, I'm sorry, I'd rather buy a car or go on a huge trip with the one that I love. Like,
Yeah. Same here. Like I also say this about an engagement ring. I said to my mother, like, if you spend thousands on a wedding ring, I will murder you. Like it's the most ridiculous waste of money, in my opinion. I feel like you want to surprise me, want to buy me something, get me a trip to somewhere cool.
yeah.
Like don't get me. I mean, I can understand the symbolism around it, and I would love myself like a nice black diamond ring. But he knows already. He knows. But something symbolic. I wouldn't want him to go and spend tons of money on it, especially if you don't have it. And which is why in general, I'm not in a rush to get married and get engaged and whatever. But I feel like I don't want to do it if I can't afford it right away. Like I'm not gonna, if I have to scrape money for something, or if he has to scrape money to buy me an engagement ring, then don't do it. Wait until you can do it without feeling it in your bank account as much, and do it right for you. Like I feel like a lot of times weddings have become, and I would never want a huge wedding. I would never want a wedding. I feel like it's such a waste of money. I feel like I would, like, my dream wedding would just be like my immediate family and maybe a couple of close friends on a beach in Thailand where my father marries me, and I'm like something really small and intimate, and I don't even have it. I don't even have to have it legal because for me it's just this, it's just the creating something special and unique with my partner, and it's just symbolizing something for us and creating like a nice family gathering to celebrate us and nothing more. It doesn't have to be such a, we're digressing here, but again it's just like
Yeah, and I think, and I think we want to both make clear that I agree with you. Same, same. Um, and if some people want the big wedding, then I mean that's fine for them as well. But all the
yeah,
more
by all means do you.
you do, yeah, exactly. It's you do you. So if you want this whole big thing, then just make sure that you're doing it with the person who wants the same.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just, it's fine. We're not trying to convince you to fit our mold, and we're not trying to tell you to force anybody into your mold. We are telling you find somebody who's already there,
Yeah.
because otherwise
Yeah.
the big wedding that you're going to be spending tens of thousands of whatever currency you are on,
Yeah.
if you are forcing this person to do that, then that money is going to be money down the drain.
It is. In general, I feel like spending so much money on a wedding is down the drain. I feel like if people want to give me money for a wedding, then give me money to travel, give me money to buy a house, give me money to donate to charity. I don't know. Like I wouldn't. like it seems such a ridiculous amount of money for me to spend on a wedding. The only reason I would want to make a big wedding is to repay all the people that I've put in for their wedding and their bachelorette parties.
Yeah,
Like
and that's not it's not the
that's
right.
not a good enough reason. No, it's like half a joke.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But and I
But yeah,
mean,
you can't pressure someone into it either. It's like such a huge decision, life-changing thing. It's like you can't
yeah,
manipulate or pressure someone into being where you are, what you want.
yeah, absolutely. I feel that's a good place to end.
Yes, yes, and we'd love again to hear from you what you thought of the first couple episodes of the ultimatum, or just like in general of the concept and theme of this show. And if you think ultimatums and switching couples is a great way to know what you want and if you're ready for marriage.
I'd actually be quite happy to hear somebody who has had a positive outcome from an ultimatum and just see how it
Oh
goes.
yeah, that would be amazing to hear,
Yeah,
to see the other side. We're open to listening
absolutely.
and
Let us
hearing
know.
opposite.
Pop Culture Cupid on all of the platforms.
Yes,
On
come
Twitter.
find us, come join us, come talk to us.
Yay! And we'll talk to you very soon.
Yes,
Bye.
bye.